Okay, welcome back everyone. We had a comment from a viewer. In SRPG world, there's a command of arena events with project.srpg. Pero does not open, I assume, but it does not open. And I'm looking to put it in his game. For at the moment, I cannot get it to work. So I think he wants to make an arena. And I asked for more details on my Discord. I want to create an arena system in my game, and I asked more specifics. So create a place in a building at the entrance you can fight. So I assume this is like in Fire Emblem 7. That's the only one I really messed with arenas in, where you go to a building, you have the option to go into the arena, you can choose to spend money to fight a random enemy. So let me close out of this. I got my tutorial thing open, and we are going to try and create an arena. So let me see, I'll open this map, we'll do a map test. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, it's pretty loud. Okay, so I got my unit here, he can move around. He has weapons, but he's not able to equip any of them, so let me fix that. Go to classes, swordsman, equipable weapons, swords. Not sure why he wasn't able to equip that sword. I have it listed as an axe. Let's change that to sword. Okay, so he has a sword. And he can move around. I believe that was my number 1 unit. I'm just going to move all these guys down here. I want to use the default assets. So it doesn't look like right here. It's probably going to be an ornament. We'll create this thing. This is going to be our arena. And we're going to make it so when you go on this space, you have the option to enter the arena. So one of the things I want to do is I'm going to go to config and then go to command strings. And I'm going to create a string called arena. Okay, now what we're going to do is create a place event. So we're going to go to event mode, double click here. We're going to go to custom and we're going to change the string to arena. Okay, so you just go in here and you can enter the arena. Now, I'm going to create a new event. I'm going to show a message. Well, first I want to create a unit. I'm going to create an event enemy. I don't really care what he does. I just want a portrait for a guy who looks like he's going to be the guy in the arena. So that's going to be our arena dude. Arena master. I'm going to keep him as an event enemy because we're not even going to use him. Okay. Now what do we got in here? Okay, goblins, skeleton, zombie, and necromancer. They all have short swords. So I'm just going to make it so they can all use short swords. Did I make custom ones for those guys? No, I did not. Oh well. Hopefully it works. Okay, so in the arena, we're going to show a message from our event enemy called the Arena Master. Hey, stranger. Are you looking for a fight? And let's see what else I can do. Change background. What looks like an arena. Let's go look like it. So let's see if that works. And then when we're done with that, at the end, we will bring it back. Let's see what this does. So we go there, we hit arena. Hey stranger, you looking for a fight? And then when we're done, we're done. Okay. So let's go back to that location event. Now we're going to show choices. That is here. Fight. Fight will be choice A. And let's do cancel as choice B. Now, if we choose choice B, we will end current event. We need to have it trigger. That's only going to happen if you choose choice B. Why is it not letting me? That's strange. There we go. Okay, it must have been a bug. Okay, so if you choose B, I'm going to show choices. That's not where I wanted it. I want it for skip current event. Okay, so if you choose B, it's just going to end. After that, we will then do show choices again. Fight goblin. Well, just for fun, we're going to put 90 there as if that is the amount of gold it would cost to fight the goblin. And then we will hit cancel. And make that number B again. I'll just copy and paste this here. So if you choose A, we're going to go to force battle. And it'll be between, I want to say the active unit. Can I do active unit? I can do unit ID 1. So we want to set variables, change variables. Unit ID 1 is going to be set to the active unit. There we go. Active unit, unit ID. Okay, so we changed the background. We set up our variable so we know who's the one using the arena. He's going to talk to us. Hey, you looking for a fight? You can choose to fight or cancel. If you cancel, you just leave. If you fight, you go to the next set of choices. It's going to ask you if you want to fight a goblin for 90 gold. If you choose B, that's it. You go out again. Next thing is if you choose A, we're going to subtract gold by 90, decrease. I'm going to set that up to A. Also, if you choose A, it's going to be unit ID 1, which we set to whoever's using it, is going to fight. I don't have reinforcements here. Okay, well, we can create a pool. I'm just going to say this goblin. If you want, you could just make it so you have event enemies and you can place a giant list. And then when you kill one, you disable that choice. It's not perfect, but we can get it to work. You might just have to work out the details. Okay, so we're going to have him fight the goblin. Now create action. No, I don't want that. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, that's not what I wanted. But actually, I may have gotten rid of showing battles. I want to enable real battle. Let's see if that changes it. Okay. I don't want it to show the grass. So let's do something with our terrain. Database, terrain. I think it was ornament right here. Okay, that part is fine. We're going to edit terrain, arena. Yeah, why didn't it show this? Okay. So I wonder if it happens to be where the goblin is. So just for fun, we're going to move unit goblin to the arena. just goal. We don't care about the path. It's going to be instant and ignore terrain. Okay, so we should move that goblin to the arena, and then hopefully, come on, go away. Hopefully it should have that battle background. Let's just test that out. Okay, we got that battle background. And it ended. But what happens if the goblin is still alive? Or you are still alive? Well, another way to access this is we can just go to our place events and look at it this way. So I want to enable counterattacks. Not sure where I did that. Is it in here? Allow counterattack. Let's make this goblin have more hit points. I'll make him weaker so he doesn't kill me. Okay, didn't kill him. So now he's still there and I'm still there. Special. Okay, so we're close, but we want it that if the guy, did I close out everything? Crap. Hopefully it's saved. Yeah, it looks like it's saved. Okay. Open map. Let's go back to trigger. Hate that. Triggers. This one we're going to do A again. Okay, we still want it as A. And we want it if the goblin is alive, and if unit ID 1 is alive, then we're going to keep going. So this is going to be goblin. This is going to be unit ID 1. Okay, this is assuming you don't have doubles. Actually, I think this should work with doubles because you'll have your counterattacks in there. Now we'll just keep it as unit ID 1. Gets the first attack then. unit ID or goblin. Actually, I want to make this unit ID 2. Because if we want to change the unit, we can just change the unit ID 2 in the beginning. Instead of goblin, where's units? It's going to be unit ID 2. Okay, everywhere we had the goblin, we're just going to set it to unit ID 2. And this isn't specific to A. The only thing that'll be specific to A is going to be the gold. And the other thing we'll have to do is now change variable. Unit ID 2 is going to be set to goblin. Okay, now the goblin is going to, unit ID is going to be set to unit ID 2. And that's because we chose A. Okay. So that should get it going until they die. Fight the goblin, lose our money. Doesn't look like the goblin is counterattacking. He might not have the right weapon equipped. And it kept going until he died, I think. Okay, let's see if that goblin can equip swords. Where's my goblin? Well, let's just go to the unit. Class is 38. He has a short sword. $38. Says he can equip swords and axes. I'm not sure why he's not counterattacking. Allow counterattack. Is there anywhere else I disabled it? I don't see it here. Let me just see if I attack them in the regular game if they still counterattack. So So I counterattack there. Oh, I want to kill him. I need to give him more hit points. Okay, I hit him, then he hits me. So why wouldn't he counterattack? Let's take a look. Place events. Not sure why it's not allowing counterattacks. Let's do default. That's weird. It's saying that it could be that he's throwing his sword. Why is he throwing his sword? The range is only 1. We're going to have to start thinking of some weird stuff right now. Let me move the goblin. Where did I move him? Let's see if that still works. Because it's seeming to think that he's using his ranged attack. Even though they're right on top of each other. So let's try this. Okay, now he's meleeing. And then he... Okay. It's not that they're one space away instead of on top of each other. It seems to be working. It's going to keep going until someone dies. Okay. Now, that's not one continuous battle, but it's essentially getting it to work. So I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully, if you have more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video, and I will see if I can answer them. But I think this accomplished a good amount of what you want. Other things you can do at the end is just say, like, if the one guy died, then you get a reward. So we might do that. Like, I can copy and paste this a bunch of times. So you keep fighting until someone's dead. Then I'll do new. Increase gold by, let's say, 180. And that's if unit ID 2 is dead. Okay. For canceling here, I think it ends the character's turn. If you want it so the character's turn doesn't end, that would be a different kind of a video, but let me know. Okay. see if that part worked. Okay, so this should be the kill. Now do we get the gold? We do get the gold. The screen disappears, and then your turn is over. Probably the last thing that you would want is that, as I said, if you had this goblin here, I'm just going to put it in event enemies. So now we have a pool of 2 units. Might as well just finish off the entire arena thing. So now we have our show choices. And we can fight a goblin. We can add one, fight necromancer. Make this C. This is going to be out of order. Oh, I guess I can sort it, so it won't be out of order. Now, what if you wanted it to be random units? So you can create a pool. I'm going to say this is 120. So now if you choose necromancer, instead of 90 gold, this is required for C. We're going to make it requires 120. And instead of move unit, I'm going to delete this. Because we're not going to use those units anymore. And I'm not going to take that goblin. I'm going to make it the event enemy goblin. So now we have the event enemy goblin. Here we're going to have unit appearance event enemy unit ID 2. Doesn't matter the position, we're going to put them there. Whoops, no, we don't want to put them there. We want to put it right next to them. And okay, that should work. Now, if you chose A, you're going to spawn, or the goblin is going to be that. If you chose C, you're going to get the necromancer. Sorry. Brain is thinking of many different things. Okay, so now if you choose C, this should work with a necromancer. Although I don't think the necromancer... Oh, what's going on? No! It closed? I hope it saved. It looks like it saved. Let's just open the map and check. Do we have our necromancer in here? Okay, it looks like it's saved, thank God. God, that is so annoying. I hate 720p. Okay, let's see if our necromancer works now. I'm going to choose the necromancer for 120. She didn't have a weapon equipped, so that's fine, but it seems like it's working. Okay, so now we can kill a necromancer. What else can we do? Now, are we able to cancel out of this? Well, you could do another show choices after each thing. Keep fighting. I'll just say keep fighting. And I'm a coward. I'll be B. And I'll just make this one like Z or something. Because I want A to still be used for this. And where was my B triggers? So you can put that after each one if you want. Okay, so now you have the option to back out. I think that should work. And then if unit ID 2 died, and if the switch was A, then you get the 180. But if the switch was C, you get 240. See if that works. Let's fight. Fight the necromancer. Lost my money. Gonna fight. I'm a coward. Looks like I have to close the background there. Set that to B. Okay, let's see if that works. I'm a coward. And then we'd have to also get rid of that necromancer. So where's our B? Change background. New. Removed unit. Unit ID 2. We'll say erased. Okay, so we're gonna fight the Necromancer. Oh wait, which one did I hit? Oh, why won't it let me do the arena again? I probably am. Okay, so if you want to keep using the arena, you're going to go here, new, battle, change event state, and then you want to set this to free. Okay. Fight Necromancer. This time I want her to die. I chose keep fighting. Oh, because I erased the unit maybe? Maybe we'll self switch B. Sorry, I am figuring this out along with you guys. Necromancer. Hit her, keep fighting. Okay. That fixed it. Wait, I didn't even hit anything that time. Oh yeah, it's going to keep fighting until she's dead. Now the question is, if I try the arena again, can I still choose her? Because she's already dead. Okay, so she's already dead. Can we bring her back to life? It would be nice. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so we might not want to use this just yet. I'm trying to think of a way that we can have a reinforcement be used. So I want, instead of doing this, I want to unit appearance. We're going to spawn a reinforcement goblin at that position. Okay. Or instead of Appear in open space. But I don't think that actually matters. But now, this is if we chose A. Unit ID 2 is going to be set to this new goblin, but instead of choosing one of our original units, we're going to go to a position, which will let me select. Well, let me find the X and Y coordinate of that position. 24 and 10. You can see in the bottom right when I'm highlighted over it. So now, this is going to be a long video, but I want it to be complete for you. I could have just saw it right there. But so he's appearing at 2410. Unit ID 2 is going to be set to 2410. And the thing we're going to grab is the unit ID of the unit on that position, because we just spawned the unit there. Okay. And this doesn't have to be specific to A. And we're spawning the unit there. Well, actually, we already spawned the unit. So we spawned the unit. We set the gold increase. Now we're going to do the same thing. For the necromancer. And since we're using reinforcements, we can use this as many times as we want. And if the necromancer dies, we'll just create a new one because they are reinforcements. Okay. But we don't want that as A, we want that as C. I think this should work. We might need to check get experience for all these. Let's just click that. Oops. Okay. Oh, and this is if unit ID 1 is alive. And unit, oh, that was unit ID 2. Just to keep things in order. OCD, this should be unit ID 1. Okay, so if both of those are alive, that will show up. Because in case you killed them, we don't want that showing up. Okay. That should get it to work. And then there will be one last thing. To check after if this works. We'll fight the necromancer, lost our gold. Okay, we successfully killed that necromancer. Fight another necromancer. Huh. So it spawned the necromancer. It said we already killed them. Okay, that did not work right. So what's going on? And why was that necromancer at such low hit points? Oh, she has 1 hit point. I'll make it 20. Okay. But there was still something wrong. So let's go through this again. So we fight the necromancer. We choose C. A necromancer appears, which is a reinforcement. Oh, and we want this to be an enemy. I'm not sure if that was the problem. So we spawn it. We decrease the gold. And now we change the variable of unit ID to the unit. We force the battle. In this case, we killed the unit, and it gave us the 240 gold. And that was done. So the second time, that it should do the same thing. Lost the gold, do the fight. Okay, got our experience. We did not get the gold, did we? Lost it. Okay, fighting another one. Keep fighting. We should get our gold. Where's our gold? What is going on? We chose C. So I wonder if this is resetting our C. I wonder if that resets our self switches. Okay. Hey, hon, what's up? Buy one. We do have some in the basement, but yeah, buy one. If you want, you can get one, but we're okay. Get one, because I don't know when I'm going to work again. Okay. Yeah, just one. Okay. Love you. Bye. Okay, so the problem here is I think the self switch gets reset when we do our show choices here. So how can we work around that? Well, we can just create a variable. Let's say we have 5 random units that can be in there. So we're going to create a variable We'll put it in section 2, create variable, and we'll call this arena choice. Keep this nice and simple. So if you chose A, I'm going to change variable. Arena choice is going to be set to 1 if you chose A. And if you chose C, arena choice will be set to 2, the second choice. I know that might get confusing with the C and 2 instead of C is usually 3. But now we have arena choices 2. So instead of A and C down here, we're not going to use self switches, we are going to use the variable. If arena choice is set to 1, then we give that. And if arena choice is set to 2, we get that. And just so this doesn't happen to get messed up all the way in the beginning, we're going to change variable, arena choice, to 0. So it's set to 0 every single time we start this up. Now let's see if that works now. We're going to keep fighting. Killed her. Got our experience. There's our money. Now let's see if that'll work next turn. We still chose Necromancer. Still took the 120. Oh, it killed her in 1 hit. Still got our 240. So you can keep doing that. Now, whoops, don't bug out. Damn it. Did you save? 1120. Good, it saved. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're back at our map. Next thing I want to do, I'm going to open the map, but it seems like it might be crashing again. What's going on? Oh, it has 2 open. Let's just close out of both of those. And open it back up. Hopefully everything is good. Okay. Shift. Now, what was I doing? Open map. We want to go to our place event. Now, what if we don't want the player to be able to choose who they are going to be fighting? They're only going to get 1 choice, but it's going to be a random choice. Now, show choices. We're going to create a new event, change variable, and I think I created a random one right there. So we're going to set random to be a random number between 1 and 2, because we only have 2 choices. So random gets set to 1 or 2. If random is equal to 1. Goblin shows up. If random is equal to 2. Random is equal to 2. Necromancer shows up. And the other one will not. So you can do this with multiple units. Okay, map test. So now we can only fight the goblin. I hit cancel. Where was the thing I was talking about? Change background. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is cancel. We lost our turn. So I don't want it to happen there. Oh, and after each time you cancel, you also need to include setting it free. I'll set that to B. You don't need to, but whoops. But I just kind of like the uniformity that it's part of this set of B's. Try it now. Yeah, I like the way this works. So if you choose to fight, like if you're just looking at fight and cancel, I want you to be able to cancel and then go back and not lose your turn. But if you choose fight and you see who is there, then I want it to grant you another turn. Or like if you see who it is, I want it to end your turn because you already saw the choice. So the next turn you will see if you get a different random choice. Okay. So how are we going to do that? Well, I can create a map common event. Well, first, let's create another variable. It's going to be called cancel event. Or keep turn. Default is 0. So if you choose B right here, I'm going to change a variable. It's going to be keep turn. I'm going to set it to 1. Because if I put it right here, it's going to still end. If I'm going to grant the unit, I'm If they have wait, I'm going to turn wait off. Like if their turn is over, I'm going to give them the extra turn. But I can't do that until they've actually turned into wait, because this would cause them to wait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a map comment event that's going to do it after this event. So by hitting keep turn and setting it to 1, I'm now going to create a new event over here. This is going to be an auto event. We're going to call it keep turn. This is going to turn on if keep turn is equal to 1. Now, it's going to sound weird, but the next thing we're going to do, or the very first thing we're going to do, is we're going to go and within the event, we're going to set keep turn to 0. So it turns it back to 0, and all that did was trigger this new event. And what we want to do with this is we're going to change unit state, and we're going to disable wait from unit ID 1. And then we're going to set this to be free. Change event state, keep turn is now free. So we can keep happening. And now let's see if our arena is complete. Okay, arena. Do we want to fight? Changed my mind. And I still have my turn. Oh, but he now moves from here instead of here. Well, that's a whole another story. I'm not going to put it in this tutorial, but I'll show you in my other game what I did for that. What I did for that is that every turn I created this event, so at the start of player phase, I take each one of my units and I created extra variables setting their X and Y coordinates at the start of every player phase. That way, when I cancel out of an event, such as disability. When I cancel, I then check the unit ID and see if it's my which unit it is. See if it's Isaac's unit ID. And then if it's Isaac's unit ID, I then send him to the X and Y coordinate that I saved for Isaac. So I would send him all the way back to his original location. And then I would give him his extra turn. I'm not going to go into that, but otherwise your arena should work properly. Hopefully this video clarifies things. Leave me any comments if you have questions. And yeah, I think I created the Fire Emblem 7 arena system within SRPG Studio this way. Thank you very much. Have a good day.